Dear colleagues, let me introduce the work Equivalence of Logical Operators and Other Operators with Python. On this slide, you can see the content of my presentation. The work presented at the 5th REEPE 2023 International Youth Conference on Radio, Electronics, Electrical and Power Engineering, Section B2. In the vast majority of programming languages, there are logical operations, not, and, or, and bitwise operators, bitwise not, bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XOR, which perform an operation on each bit of the operands. In this case, there is a need to write other logical functions in the programming language used. The functions not and or are the basis of Boolean functions and allow to express other logical functions through them with the use of disjunctive and conjunctive normal forms. This leads to an increase in logical expressions length and the complexity of writing and reading some logical expressions, which make them difficult to understand when writing and reading computer programs and complicate the program code. In addition, the programmer or student needs knowledge of normal forms or ways to represent Boolean functions through no forms, which further complicates such annotation. However, other non-logical operations in the Python programming language, such as comparison, membership, exponentiation, shift operations, are well suited for a shorter and simpler description of these and other binary Boolean functions, as shown in this work. The method of using these operations for convenient and short writing of logical expressions is also shown. All operations that replace logical functions have been tested as shown on the slide. The iteration of different values of logical variables in nested loops is used. In this paper, the operations of the Python programming language indicated on the slide are considered. In addition to logical and bitwise operations, arithmetic, comparisons, identity shift operations can be used to replace logical functions in the code. The Python programming language operations that can replace binary logic functions are shown on the slide. And the continuation of the previous table. The most convenient operations for replacing logical functions are shown on the slide. Many of the considered operations can go beyond the Boolean domain. So after performing the operation, it's possible to cast the resulting value to a Boolean type. There is also a problem of operator precedence, whereby some of the operations used to replace logical functions have a precedence that doesn't match the precedence of logical functions in the logic algebra. So parentheses should be used to change the precedence of operators. The truth tables of unary and binary Boolean functions and corresponding non-logical operations of the Python programming language are given. The work considers the operations of the Python programming language which make it possible to conveniently replace Boolean functions, the problems of typecasting and the precedence of operations that arise in this case, and ways to solve them, the use of the bool typecast function or operator, and the use of parentheses for each operation.